Fans. Today I'm gonna be doing another Did You Know video. I saw you guys kind of really seem to gravitate towards them. So here's another Pokemon Strange and Interesting Facts Part 2. Deoxys was the first Pokemon to have its own unique battle in-game music. Some of these, like I was gonna say, may be repeated, since it's been a while since I did them. Yeah, so that's the first one. Deoxys was the first Pokemon to have its own unique battle in-game music. This one is I I didn't really like Tracy. I did just because he had a Scyther, but that's about it. But Tracy replaced Brock during the Orange Islands because the artist thought Brock was racist. Brock came back when no one cared. This is an interview with a former anime director and storyboard artist. Uh, Not really good on pronouncing names. Masamitsu Hidaka. That was from an interview, I guess. Which I've heard a lot of rumors about Brock being, not the best character for a Pokemon series, for a kids series. I guess from hearing promoting racism. I mean, I heard that from the Jinx episode. That's why they turned her, or I guess you could say Nicki Minaj, they turned her completely purple, so from black. I guess the big lips. Anyway, Rhydon is tied with Larion in weight, with both of them weighing exactly 264.6 pounds. That's kind of crazy considering that. I mean, I guess it makes sense that Larion's a steel type, so he's gonna weigh more than a first stage Rhydon, first stage rock Pokemon like Rhydon. Considering he's a first stage as well, but then I think Aggron weighs like 400, 500 something. Can't remember exactly. Only two electric type Pokemon are known to have the lightning Pokemon species name, which is Electrike and Jolteon. I think I did that one before, but just in case, there you go. Here's another one. In Super Smash Bros. Melee, Ditto can be summoned from a Pokeball via hacking, but he disappears the second he comes out. That would have been awesome, I think, to me, if they would have just left Ditto in. Here's why. Because in Super Smash Bros. Melee, they were introducing a lot of new stuff. I mean, you kind of had to. Super Smash Bros. Melee is one of my favorite games. And, I'm a fan of all consoles. Like, I like the PS3, I like, 360, I like Wii, I like them all. Just because they have their really good own unique games. Like, for Wii, it's like Super Smash Brothers and Pokemon games and stuff like that. Next, for Xbox, it's like Halo. And then for PS3, it was Infamous. I liked it. But what would have been cool, I think, with that would have been, I think it would have been cool if they would have taken the Ditto, and when whoever summoned the Pokeball, whoever summoned Ditto out of the Pokeball, or anybody could do it, they take the form of the person they last hit, or something like that. So say you're Captain Falcon against Fox, and you summon a Ditto. You can hit Fox, and you turn into then you go and grab the Ditto and you turn into Fox, just because it would be more confusing, and then you gain all his powers or whatever like that. So I thought it would be something different, but anyway. Kabuto's name in some prototype games is ATT. This might be short for Atlantis, considering he is the ocean-dwelling, fossil Pokemon. I guess that would make sense. I think I did this one before, but if not, I find this I find this incredible that they would put this much effort into one Pokemon that's never used. I mean, he has one good move, and that's Dizzy Punch, and that really doesn't even work that well, but every Spinda has a unique pattern of spots. In-game, there are exactly 4,294,967,296 possible outcomes, not counting shiny. So you'll never catch every single Spinda. Just letting you know. Okay, Arcanine species name is the legendary Pokemon, despite the fact that it's not actually legendary in any way. I know that. Me and a bunch of my friends at a place I go to, Comics Universe, we were actually arguing about whether he would actually technically be considered a legend because, and I think I said this one in my last video. So if you didn't watch my last video, I guess you're gonna get some out of here and some new ones, I guess. But we were arguing about it because in the Pokemon Center in the first generation, Ash sees, I can't remember the exact pattern, but it goes Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Arcanine. I don't understand that. And then they mentioned, well, then in that case, Rhydon would be legendary. I said, why is that? Said in the games, every single statue that you come encounter with is a Rhydon. So then I brought up a fact, and I guess here's a bonus fact, that Rhydon was the first Pokemon ever drawn. So they may be including him not just as a Pokemon in there, but they just want to pay homage to their first Pokemon so they don't forget their roots, I guess. So I think that's cool. But I guess you could just call Arcanine Pseudo Legendary. Kind of like, God, who do I want to say in here? Pseudo Legendaries like Haxorus, Dragonite, guys like that would be considered legendary, but not. You know, a lot of them are dragons anyway. But that's where I was coming up with that. Some beta versions of Red and Blue list Machamp's original name as Judo, spelled Ju, not apostrophe, hyphen, capital D-O-H. I'm glad they didn't do that. I really am. I like Machamp's name. I don't like the new Pokemon Throw and Sock because that's just retarded. They're running out of Pokemon names, and I, who can blame them? Who can blame them? You're coming out with this like so many generations. You have Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, then you have Sinnoh, then Unova, and now you're coming out with this new generation of, I guess, brand new Pokemon that are going to be coming out maybe, and you're just running out of names. I think what they should have done. Not release so many at once. Kind of make them like, like. I guess it would have died off if they would have done this, but they should have made Red and Blue. And then when they made Red and Blue, when they were going on to Gold and Silver, they should have taken all the Pokemon in Red and Blue, bring them over, was make the Gold and Silver Pokemon, like the starters, your, like how they did in Yellow, mission for capturing them. Like you would go out and find them instead of just saying, okay, here's new Pokemon. You're gonna get, a Pidgey in like Route 20 something like that, and you can still get Caterpies. But there's gonna be, and on that note, I don't understand how a Pokedex works. Now somebody has to explain this to me. Okay, a Pokedex is supposed to have no knowledge. Like in the games, you have no knowledge of any Pokemon, but yet he wants you to go out and capture the knowledge of these Pokemon. That's fine and dandy. But when you see them, it automatically knows what they do. So the information, the data has to be in the Pokédex somewhere. Like, this is a question that's boggled my mind ever since I first saw a Pokédex. Because it's hard to explain. But how can just pointing a dex at something knows exactly what it eats and knows everything about it? It makes no sense. So the data has to be in there somewhere. But anyway, this is going to be my last one. It says, one of Parasec's Pokédex entries says its spores are used as medicine in China, which is a rare reference to the real world, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, even though China really doesn't have anything to do with Pokemon, it's kind of a saying, hey, we know about you, China, from Japan. But I don't know how many facts I did. I'm sorry if I repeated any if you watched my last video. But yeah, if you can answer that Pokédex theory in the comment section below. If you like what you saw today, like, comment, subscribe. And I will see you later.